Hello guys, today we will learn how to paint a monochromatic landscape. Monochromatic colors are the colors of a single hue. Color schemes are derived from a single base hue and extended using its shades, tones, and tints. Tints are achieved by adding white. However, in watercolor, adding more parts of water would actually make the colors look lighter. I'm doing a flat wash for my background. I started painting the farthest my eyes could reach using the lightest color. You would also notice that I divided my canvas into two parts. On the left part, I will not wait for my paper to completely dry up before putting another layer of paint. For my second layer, I will make my color a little bit darker by adding more parts of watercolor. You would notice that the color is slightly darker than the first color that we used. For my third layer, I will try to make the color slightly a little bit darker again. At this moment, my paint is still not completely dry, so notice what will happen. You would notice that even though the paint is slightly darker, we don't see any details of the second layer of the mountain because the paint just started spreading out. Now that the right part is completely dry, let's put our first layer of the mountain. Now while waiting for this to completely dry up, let's work on the left part of the painting again. Even though I have worked on the right part of my canvas, that still did not give enough time for the other side to completely dry up. Always remember that the watercolor will just continue spreading out if the paper is still wet. This is also called wet on wet technique. This technique is very handy when you're trying to paint the sky, the galaxy, or if you would want the outcome to make it a little bit blurry. If there are times that a puddle of paint will be sitting on your canvas, make sure to spread them out evenly. This would help to make the canvas dry up faster. You should also avoid putting too much pressure on your brush or going back and forth too many times. Remember that papers would get softer as they get wet. You definitely don't want your artwork to get damaged. I will show you guys what will happen if you overdone your brush strokes. The right side is completely dry, so I will proceed with the third layer of my mountain, making the color slightly darker than the prior layer, then waiting for it to completely dry again. Now that I'm done with my mountains, I will try to add more details by putting pine trees in front using a more concentrated color to the first ones that I used. In this part of your painting, try to keep your brushes moist instead of dipping it in water. This will make your colors more concentrated than the usual. darker pine trees make it appear that it's closer to your eyes, and the lightest mountain make it seem that it's very far from where you are looking. And that is what we call an illusion of depth. I hope you guys could apply the things that you have learned from me today to your own artwork. See you guys next time!